Hello everyone. Well, Artsy Fartsy needs to have a craft on. So, yeah, you're seeing one turtle, one crab. So what I'm going to do is remove these because, well, yeah, I'm going to remove these because they're not really necessary. I was going to use UV resin, but decided against it. Instead, I'm just going to try brushing the mica powders on. And this ink here that you see, this is that terracotta that came in my ruby red bag. And so we're going to find out what the terracotta looks like in the crab. This is white for the eye. This is black for the pupil. And those are, of course, up here. There are also 6 stars inside the lid. So I'm going to pull this guy aside because it's just getting filled with colored resin. And I'm going to go ahead and get these stars brushed on as white. And then the turtle, its shell, is going to go this color. And the rest of the turtle will be filled with this color. So let's get to putting some white into the eyes here. If you hear me wheeze, it's because my allergies are so active. Our weather has gone absolutely bonkers. And, oh, well, let's see, before we put the white in, I have to get some black in there. So I'm going to move this aside. Oops. Of course, I'd knock it off of there. Tap it down so it's not on the lid. And I don't have a brush small enough to get into those pupils. So we're going to try a silicone brush instead. And we're just going to, oops, there's a hair on that one. Let's get rid of that real fast. I also get the hiccups, sorry. I have my new mic on, and I'm hoping that that is doing well. Trying to make sure I see enough to get in there. Get it in there, and then I don't know how I'm going to burnish it in, but I am knocking a lot of the black off into the white part of the eye. Okay, I think that's as much black as I can get into there. Now the turtle also has eyes, but they are not outset, they are inset. So I'm going to go ahead and try getting a little bit onto those insets. And if this doesn't work that well, what I'll do is I'll just use a marker to color them in. And because they're insets, the eyes actually poke into the shell or the mold instead of outwards from the mold. And so it's going to be a task wiping and putting on and wiping and putting on, because I've got black in there right now. So I'm going to try to remove that with just a simple baby wipe, which means I'll have to start over. Let me try to get this pulled apart here. Okay. Oh boy, I'll probably have to put you on pause. My dog sounds like he needs to go out, and it's 10 minutes to 2 in the morning. And I'm starting this a little later than I had originally hoped. I see some more black right there. I would normally use like a cotton swab or something, but you know me, I'm scattered. There somewhere. So I'm going to close this up. I won't need any more. And all I have to do is do the cleanup in the eyes for the crab. So I'm going to set this aside out of the way. Oh my gosh. Close up. There we go. And I'm going to put you on pause and be right back. Okay, so I got the black cleaned out. The dog's been to the bathroom. And so I should be able to finish this. I don't know when I'll get it uploaded, but I will get it finished. And I'm only going to keep you around, I think, long enough for me to get these stars done and the eyes. If I can remember exactly where the bottle of stuff is, right? I hope that you're actually getting sound right now, because my mic fell on the floor and I can't get it to work again. And so I'm back with my phone, and I, of course, paused everything. And so I don't know if it's kicked back in or not. The normal mic on the phone, that is. Okay, got that one done. Yeah, depth perception is really short for me. I have no ability to tell how far something is, so I do my best. I didn't used to be half bad when I had both eyes, but now I've got 1.5 gone. So I am working with it. And I do hope that you can all bear with me. I am wiping the white off right now, because if I stick this in there again, what I'll end up doing is wiping off the stars. So I want to get these cleaned up first. Okay. Wrong end. Dum 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 dum. I am trying to be very gentle and precious with doing this, so I don't have a lot of cleanup to do, because I can't see well enough to get to those spots. I am seeing flecks dropped down there, so maybe I'll use another one of these and get it damp and try to get that out of there instead of using a baby wipe. Like I said, I have cotton swabs. I have no clue where they are. I have changed craft areas 1,000 times over. I'm never happy with it because I just don't have the room to put everything where I can see it. So I keep trying. It's driving my husband nuts because he's the one that has to move all the furniture. I do try to help, but then I get sore for weeks after. And the reason why I have him do it is because I'm turning 65 on Halloween this year, and he and I's age, well, we have a difference in our ages by almost 12 years. He's the younger, so he's just turned 53 this year. We have been married 28 years. It'll be 29 years in February next year. And of course, most people that's watched my channel for a long time know that, you know, it's not like a real marriage. You know, it's not a loving, well, it's not a romantic marriage. It's more of a financial arrangement, we're going to say. Oh, for crud's sake, I can't get in there. So yes, I'm going to have to use another one of these to try to get that out of there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some water. We're going to put it right about here. I'll soak some into the sponge a little bit, hopefully. Looks like it's just beating up on there, so I'll do my best. Oh my goodness. I think I'm making a horrid mess. There is definitely a lot better control with this. However, I don't know how well I'm getting this. I'm only going to keep you around for, like I said, this bit here. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the turtle. I think I just wiped some of that one star off. So this guy may be a little bit speckled. I'm going to try wiping that off on to the baby wipe. Try to get a little bit more water on this. I know I'm rubbing a little too hard. And when you do that, you do make marks into your mold. Wow, what a mess. I can see it in the shiny light, and it's a mess. Looks mottled. So anyway, that's the crab shell done. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up a little bit, put you on pause. Well, put you on pause first, then clean up a little bit, and then I'm going to do the turtle. And I'll be back when the resin is ready. Okay, I have slightly over 200 ml in each cup. And I'm going to set this one aside because right now I've got the turtle in the ready zone. And we're going to get that green done. So I'm going to bring the cup over to here. I do have some reserve here, just under 100 ml. So I'm going to set it aside. I know I have a place I can put it. Okay, and so let's get that green in. Grab the stick, turn the turtle, because there's so much space on this heat mat that it needs to be set in a certain way. And this is going to take a lot of green. I do have a mold at the ready in case I have well shot over the amount to have, which is quite possible, even probable. Normally you don't put as much in at once, but for me, I just do this. You top stir first. You dig down just a little bit lower to get a little bit more liquid. Take it kind of flattish if you can. I do have my heat mat on already because my resin was quite cold. Even though my room's been between 75 and 80 for the last day or two, because our weather, as I said, it is a little on the wacko side. But October is just around the corner, and that can change very drastically, very quickly. Before I moved here to get married and all that stuff, my husband said one thing, and he says, if you don't like the weather in Wyoming, wait 5 minutes. And it really does kind of hold true, because we get some of the wackiest weather through here all the time. And I've been here, like I said, 28 years now, and almost 29. I arrived here February of 1997. And got married February 1997. We had met over the internet, and I actually fell deeply in love with him. And when I got here, even though I found out he never really loved me, he withheld his promise, I guess, to marry me. I don't know if that was torture or, you know, but that is life. You know, I was older, he was impressionable, I guess. And boy, could I tell stories in a chat room, and that's how we met, a chat room. So I blame my son. He said, Mom, hey, there's this chat room. You ought to try it. And I did. So I went and I made a screen name, and yep, that's what I did. And I met him October of 96, before my birthday. And we had a blast cutting up in this chat room. But the end of December or January, we decided to go ahead and get married. Okay, I don't want that flooding over, so I'm going to go ahead and pour into here now. I'll probably have bubbles because, as I said, my resin was quite cold. Oh, come on, seriously? Okay, so what I'll do is I'll stop the pour there. And I'm going to take a look at the level of each. Okay, this does need some more in it. I forgot to burp it. So I'm going to try this little number. You're not really supposed to do that because it'll disturb the mica powders. But I see some really large bubbles. And what I usually do is make a mess, and that's what I'm doing. So I have to do this quickly. And what I usually do is I try to pick up the sides like this and try to get that burped out of there. Kind of like that. There are areas that look like bubbles, but that's part of the mold. But I can see a bubble here and there. Like there's one right here. What? No, you don't. Get back in there. There's another one down here. Oop, I'm dripping. Okay, let's do a quick cleanup. I'm just going to wipe this off in here real fast. And get me another napkin, paper towel, whatever you want to call the things. And wipe my fingers. Okay, so it's a good thing I held that reserve. I'm going to push this back up here so I don't lose it off on my lap, because I will. Not going to remember where I stuck the other resin. All right, here we are. So let's pour just a little bit more in. It doesn't need much. And because there's already green in there, I'm not going to add more. Let me stick that back out of the way again. And just mix that up down in there. Oh, better get it back in position before I pour it, because I don't want to move it after. My mat's a little warm. And here comes some bubbles. All right, let's go ahead and get this poured in. I do want it slightly domed because I don't want to have to do a lot of cleanup of sides, or edges, I should say. Okay, I'm going to turn sideways, take a look in. Let's see what we got here. Okay, that should do it. And then a little bit more in the turtle itself. There we go. Whoops. And I do see that the turtle is slightly slanted. I do have this absolutely level. I do. So, you know, Temu has some issues with their molds. They might want to re-level their tables or something. Let's see. Let's see what happens that way. Well, maybe. Yeah, that's good. All right, let me get this out of the way. Got a little bit of cleanup to do, don't I? Didn't add too much extra, so let's just see if we can go ahead and fit it into the lid. Or at least most of it. I'm watching for any area that's going to go over the edge. Nothing yet. But I'm not going to tempt fate there. Let's go ahead, get the color for... I have to move a bottle here so I have more room. Normally I have a ton of room on my desk, but, well, tonight, no. I'll just do this with this until I can clean it. Get it out of the way. Get this green bottle out of the way so I don't mess up with that. Let's just put it in that cup and I'll clean those items later. Okay, now next. So there's a great possibility I have to add more to this as well. Let's get that crab up here. And since this is the body, we're just going to put it in that space right there. Get my stick. We'll get this mixed up and then I'll bring the shell. Hope this is a good terracotta color, I really do. And I forgot, I gotta poke this. Wait, 2 seconds, I'll be right back. Let me see, I got a poker tool somewhere. I can't see in the dark. My closet space is dark right now. So I'll get my other little poker tool out of this kit. That is a really pretty green. Now I'll say, I'll put that where I can find it, and I'll put it where, of course, I won't be able to find it quickly, because that's me. And all we do is just put that over the tip. There's a little pokey in there. Push down. Little push down. There we go. Got it. Pull up. Try not to make a mess. And let's get it dumped in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 20. Okay. I want it a good, as opaque as possible. And that's not the lid, Marcy. This is the lid. See? Boop. Okay. Now I'm going to let that dissipate for a moment and let that alcohol burn out of there. So while I'm doing that, let's get this green covered up so I don't knock it over. Now, what I might do, because crabs aren't all that dark, is I'm going to take this orange, get it opened here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this, not too much, and kind of tap that down in there. Give it some highlighties, I guess. Down in here a little bit. Whoops, that wasn't fill up area. Okay, there's the bottom. I'll move this out of the way. Get the top. Kind of do the same thing. Oop, watch your fingers, Mars. Now, I don't know if this is going to show up with the terracotta color, but we'll find out at the unmolding. Okay, let's get this out of the way now. Get that stirred. Wow, I like that color. Well, maybe I like having the terracotta. Resin's getting a little warm because it's on the heat mat at the same time. So hopefully it'll release all its bubbles pretty well. Let's get this stirred. Still going to be a little more translucent than I was hoping, but that's all right. Still streaky, so we're going to work on that real fast. Okay, I think we're good. We're going to go ahead and get the crab body first, and then we'll get the shell. I need another paper towel I don't have on hand right now, so we'll use a baby wipe for this. Excuse me. All right. Get that moved to the center a little bit more. And let's get it poured. Still slightly streaky, but hey, that's, I think, going to work out. Well, that guy is like warm. I should say the cup. There we go. Let's go ahead and get some more of this in there. Get it stirred in. Now, I don't mind weakening the color that's already in there right now, because the crab itself, the body, is a little, you know, less dense. But the lid is quite full and dense. Okay, let's see if we can make sure we work out areas that are going to bubble. Whoop, that was close. Okay, let me grab another silicone tool here. Oh, I hate when those things slip. Okay, we got a bubble right there. I'm going to get it turned a little bit here because I see a bubble here. And there's a huge bubble here. All right, I think I got most of them. All right. Bubbles are coming up now. Let's lay that down. Let's pour the rest of this. Now I'm going to turn it real fast before I get it too full. I see another bubble right here. Watch your hands, Mars. All right. If there's any more bubbles, well, it's just going to have to stay there. This guy is just about full. Okay, well, the lid is anyway. I'm going to have to add the rest of this, I believe. I'm going to just add the rest of this, add a little bit more alcohol ink, and we'll see how it goes. Give me 1 second to get a stick and scrape the rest of that out. They don't make sticks like this long enough, do they? I could have used my spatula, but, you know, I'll have to find it later. I just wanted to hurry up and get this project done so I can get some more October weeding done. I have a question for all of you. Whoa. Oops, it ran down. Got some more cleanup. Anyway, would you prefer just this one channel? Or is it okay having the 2 channels where the holiday items are separated? Please let me know in the comment section below. I really value your opinion. And sometimes, you know, I probably won't have time for both channels anyway. I do have a doctor's appointment on Monday, which is, oh, tomorrow now. Get Get that cleaned up out of the way. Get my fingers unsticky real quick so that I can open up the ink again. But yeah, I don't know. I like having both channels, but I know that it's asking a lot of all of you to go ahead and, you know, stick with the channels, both of them. Try to watch both channels. And I don't want you guys having to go through so much all the time, if that's not what you want. It's maybe a bit streaky because it's gotten hot and I need to pour. So what it's looking like is the 500 ml between the two. Kind of worked out. Needs a little bit more. I want to try to get it domed a little bit so that when the shrinkage happens, I don't have to worry about so much cleanup. I think it's good. This is all I got left. It's a itty bitty amount. So I'm just going to pop it in this one that I had started on the other channel. It's not a holiday mold anyway, I don't believe. I don't know, because it was one of those that you couldn't tell what it was type of situation. But the crab is done. The turtle is done. And now we wait. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set you guys free for a little while I let these cure. Okay, here we are. Which one do we want to do first? Well, everybody always gets to see the turtle ones first and only and all that stuff. So I'm going to just go ahead and do the turtle. It's like 6:30 right now in the morning. So I can hurry up and get this one unmolded. And then get this up on the internet for y'all to watch. Just trying to get the seal to break all the way. There we go. Edges are a little sharp as always. Okay. Oh my goodness. Ew. Oh my gosh. Alright, it looks like we got some powder right there and there and there and there. So let's just see. So yeah, there's a bubble here, a bubble there, there. I'll have to fill those in. Alright, let's get the turtle loose himself. It's still a little warm, but not bendy. Okay. And ta-da. All right, so the mica powder didn't completely adhere all the way. There's a little bit of green, but it's kind of cool. His eyes are okay. They actually stayed black. Okay, I missed a little bit of powder there. But the turtle himself came out pretty darn good. And then, of course, the shell is just the lid. It sits right there. Not fully tight, which is, well, good and bad. All right. Since the body of the crab is just the body of the crab, this may be a pain in the rear end-ski. Trying to break free. There we go. Now let's see if I can just keep that momentum. Sure. Okay, there we go. Uh-huh. 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 There we go. Aha. Holy goodness, cripes. Just so y'all know, this crab's a lot more difficult. But not extremely hard. So I say. If you don't have arthritis, you'd probably do pretty good. Well, I've already got it worked away from this side, so let's get out of the middle there. Oh my goodness. There we are. Huh. Oh, I know what those are. That's where I put the orange. Well, you can barely tell that. It just look like smudges. But that's all right. He's pretty cool. I like him. There are some micro bubbles around here. So I really should have gone in and done that before allowing it to cure. But other than that, it seems pretty whole. Oh, come on with the edging of this. Come on, come on, come on. The struggles of resiners. Ugh. I've got it started. I don't want to let go. And voila. Uh-oh. Please don't say that's just over 4 that just popped in there. Right. Oh, he's cute. There are 8 trillion micro bubbles. This whole corner here. There. Not so bad in certain areas. Whoops. Move my mat. And there he is. There's the Mr. Crab. And the white turned out pretty okay up on there. And then, of course, by the way, he's heavier. Which means he took more. Into Mr. Turtle. Cute little trinket boxes. I guess that's my official send-off to Summer. Say goodbye, Summer. Aw, that's going to make me sad. Because now I know it's going to be cold. Okay. Anyway, I'll stop playing around and stop messing. So, yeah, okay. If you liked the video, of course, thumbs up. I want to thank all my subscribers. You guys have been great. And like I said, let me know if you don't mind the 2 channels or if you want me to go ahead and just stick with this channel and combine the holiday channel into this one. And, of course, if you're new to the channel, by the way, hello. How are you? Well, so the husband's getting up. I'm going to go ahead and hurry it and end this. Of course, comment below. Share if you care. Peace out. Love everybody.